Hello and welcome to the $1 Million Speaker Podcast. Hi, I'm Arvee Robinson. I'm the master speaker trainer, international speaker, three-time best-selling author, and your host for the $1 Million Speaker Podcast. Now, this is a slightly different podcast in that we talk about public speaking, but we talk about how to take it up a notch. We talk about advanced techniques and how you can make millions, reach millions, and really become known as that $1 Million speaker. You know, the one that people want to hire and pay money for, the one that corporations want to have on their stages teaching their teams. That's the kind of speaker we're talking about here. So, whether or not you're a beginning speaker or a seasoned speaker, there is something for you here. I've been in the speaking business for, well, I've had my own training company for over 20 years. Well, 20 years exactly in a few short months. But I've been speaking a lot longer than that because I started my speaking career in corporate America. So I've probably been speaking close to 40 years now. Ooh, that sounds awful, doesn't it? That's a long time. And I've done everything possible wrong that's possible out there. So I've learned, and I come here and I teach you how you can avoid those mistakes and how you can not step in those potholes and fall down or fail. All right. So this is all about your speaking success. And one of the ways that you can have speaking success is to set it up properly in the beginning, meaning your speaker introduction. That's right. Your speaker introduction is so important. And yet speakers, throw that around as if it doesn't matter. And it does matter. So today I am going to tell you and teach you how you can take charge of your speaker introduction and set yourself up for speaker success. You see, when we go to a speaking event and we don't have a written out, typed out introduction, and we leave it to the host of the meeting or the president of the organization or whoever it might be that's introducing us, when we leave it to them to wing it, we are setting ourselves up for a doozy. And I've done this, believe me, I've made this mistake. I think people are going to speak from the heart, right? Oh, no, just speak from the heart. And all of a sudden they go on and on and on, and they're telling maybe information that you were going to save and tell it in your professional story or your body of your speech or whatever. So they kind of, taken away some of your thunder. That can happen. Or they go on and talk about themselves and not you. So don't do that. Instead, set yourself up for success. And guess what? This might be a shock to some of you, but a bio is not a speaker introduction. And that's the number one mistake that speakers make. They give a bio. And why do they do that? Because the host doesn't know better. And the host oftentimes asks for a bio, right? Oh, can I have your bio? So we just send it as a speaker. Bios are not introductions. Bios are to be read. They're written to be read. They're written in the third person to be read. They're not to be spoken. And most of them go on and on and on because they're more than 100 words. Do not use a bio. Put that bio on your handout if you have one. Put it on your offer form if you have one, or put it on your book that you're going to give away. But do not give it to the host to use as an introduction. So instead, you're saying, well, then what do I use? Well, I am going to give you the secret formula that I've developed over the years that makes your introduction short, sweet, concise, and sets you up for speaker success with all the credibility to be speaking about your topic that you absolutely need without boring your audience. How cool is that? Say that's cool. So here we go. Number one, and if you're Driving, well, I'm sorry, but you need to pull over and take notes because this is the formula. Now, I'm going to share this formula with you. It is for you to use and you to use only. It's not for you to teach, but it's for you to use as many times as you want. So, speaker introduction, the very first step. This is a template you can use over and over again. Very first step, of course, is to say your first and last name. So this is how it will go. I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Arvee Robinson. Okay, so you're going to fill in your name. Now, you can say guest speaker, you can say featured speaker, you can say member speaker, whatever is appropriate for that particular group. But the idea is your first and last name, not just your first name. So if you're a doctor, it could be Dr. Arvee Robinson, right? So I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Arvee Robinson. That's step number one. Step number two, first name only, right? You want to get intimate and start building rapport. First name only. Arvee is a blank. Arvee is a blank. Now, this blank is your title, credentials, maybe it's years in business. So you can borrow this information from your bio, but it's not read the same way a bio is read. So mine would be Arvee is I put the. So Arvee is the master speaker trainer, international speaker, 3-time best-selling author and podcaster. Right? Bam. And I could say she's been teaching people public speaking for 20 years if I felt like it was important to do so. So again, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Arvee Robinson. Arvee is the master speaker trainer, international speaker, 3-time best-selling author and podcaster. Boom. That's step number two. Your credentials, your title, who you are. Okay. Now, step number three is your 30-second elevator pitch. If you don't have one, you need to create one. You need to go back and look at some of my older podcasts where I give you the formula for the elevator speech. Okay. Now, the next line is this, number three. She or he, obviously, she, and the elevator speech. She teaches, this is my elevator speech, she teaches business owners and entrepreneurs how to create unlimited leads, attract more clients, and grow their business fast by delivering persuasive presentations, right? I could say, I could rephrase it and say, Arvee teaches business owners and entrepreneurs how to use public speaking as a marketing strategy so they can generate unlimited leads, attract more clients, and grow their business fast by delivering persuasive presentations. It all depends on how much time the introduction takes you to say it. You don't want to spend a lot of time. And remember, sometimes the introduction is counted as your speaker time. Believe me, I was shocked when I had this happen to me once. So it's always a good idea to kind of ask. All right, that's step number three. Step number four, again, first name. So Arvee is here today to share with us blank. Arvee is here today to share with us blank. And the blank is the benefits, or what I like to say, make it easy, the speech title, right? So Arvee is here today to share with us some great ideas on how you can speak up, get clients, and use public speaking as a marketing strategy. Bam! Right? Bam! Easy. Arvee is here to share with us that your message matters. Arvee is here to share with us the 5 powerful techniques to speak like a pro. Whatever your title is, as long as it has benefit, as long as it has promise of what they're going to get. And you can paraphrase it. It doesn't have to be the exact title. You can paraphrase it if you need to. Now, the last one, and we'll put this all together. Join me in giving a warm welcome to Arvee Robinson. Now, this can be warm welcome. It could be passionate applause. It could be passionate welcome. It could be, let's stand up and give her, a Texas howdy. I don't know, whatever you want. Make it personal. But the formula is please join me, right? Please join me in a blank welcome to Arvee Robinson. And you always want to go up on the end of your name. All right. Now, let's put it all together. I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Arvee Robinson. Arvee is a master speaker trainer, international speaker, 3-time best-selling author, and podcaster. She teaches business owners how to create unlimited leads, attract more clients, and grow their business fast by delivering persuasive presentations. Arvee is here today to share with us some great ideas on how you can speak up, get clients, and use public speaking as a marketing strategy. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Arvee Robinson. Right? You see, it's short. It's like a little more than 30 seconds, especially if you use your entire 30-second introduction, right? So 30 seconds is all it is, maybe 45 seconds. No more than a minute, ladies and gentlemen, no more than a minute. Because guess what? Anything you want to tell your audience, you tell them in your professional story. You don't have to tell them every little thing here and, you got this degree and that degree and went to this school. And unless it's really important, obviously, if you're a doctor, if you've gone to Harvard, we want to hear about it. But if it's not, number one, save it for your story. Save it for your professional story. It will have more impact because you will be in rapport. Right now, you're not in anything. You're out on the sideline, right? So, excuse me. So you're not in rapport right now. So it doesn't really matter. So wait till you're in rapport. Now, let's talk about when you deliver this or when it's delivered and how to set that up for success. When you go to the speaking event, you are going to bring your introduction with you. Now, you're going to email it ahead of time or however you're going to get it to the host, the organizer, or whoever's going to introduce you. But I want you to bring a copy with you because they're going to forget to print it out and bring it. And then where are you going to be? Bring a copy with you. Print it out in 22-inch font. Why? Because your introducer, chances are, will need to wear glasses. And it's probably best if they're not having a fumble and mumble and all that at the time of your introduction. Do them a favor. Print it big. As long as it fits on one page. If it doesn't fit on one page in 22-inch font, then it's way too long. Now, when you give it to them, you're going to get there at the speaking engagement, of course, 30 minutes early. No, minimum 30 minutes early. Nobody's usually there except the person that's setting everything up. So now you go to that person and ask them if they're going to introduce you. That's a yes or no answer. If it's yes, great, we're going to move on. If it's no, you ask who is. So when you find the person that's going to introduce you, you simply give them your introduction. And you ask them if they will read it out loud right now. So you can hear it to make sure it's not too long, right? It's clever. It's not too long, but you're just saying that. So you go up to the person and say, hi, I understand you're going to introduce me. Yes, oh, right? I'm wondering if you would be so kind as to just read my introduction and let me hear it. So I know that it's not too long. No problem. They'll do it. And then now what you've done is you've made sure that they've at least ran through it once. Now, do you think they're going to be better at reading it in front of the audience because they've read it once? You bet. Also, if your name is hard to pronounce, you can talk to them about it, work that out with them so that they can do it right and not look bad when they're trying to figure it out or make you look bad or embarrass anybody. So they ran through it at least once. And at the end, you can say, now at the end, when you say, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Arvee Robinson, would you go up on the end, kind of like Johnny Carson? Here's Johnny. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Arvee Robinson. It just creates more energy in the room, and it just propels you to come on stage in that energy. So I recommend that you take that little extra time and do that. And then that's fine. Then you say, great job. Thank you very much. They've got it. They've done it. They can go about their business and setting up, and you can go and set yourself up as the speaker. Now, that is how you do a powerful introduction. That's how you take charge of that speaker introduction and not let it, stand for chance, not let it be for chance. Speak from the heart. And then they go on and on and on. If someone knows you and they want to say something about you, usually they'll say it ahead of time. So they'll say, I've known Arvee for many years. I've taken her speaker training. She's awesome, blah, blah, blah. Now I would like to give her formal introduction. And that's usually how they do it. And that's perfectly okay. But when you don't give them any introduction, then they're set up to go on and on and on. And you're set up for failure as far as walking on stage. Believe me, I've made that mistake and I don't want you to make it. So that's our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope you make some comments. I would love to read your comments on it. And I would love you to try this out and let me know how it works for you. So I'm Arvee Robinson, the master speaker trainer, international speaker, 3-time best-selling author, saying, I hope that you have speaker success for the rest of your life. And that's how you can become that $1 million speaker. All righty. Bye for now.